Have you ever thought about how long some creatures on this planet can live? I mean, really live? When we think of longevity, we often picture our grandparents, those wise souls who've seen decades of change. Or maybe we think of those rare tortoises that seem to be ancient relics of a bygone era. But what if I told you that there are animals out there that can outlive us by centuries, even millennia? That's right. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the longest living animal species on Earth. Let's kick things off with a creature that might surprise you. The ocean quahog, a type of clam. These little guys can live for over 500 years. Imagine that. They're like the grandpas of the ocean, quietly sitting on the seabed, watching the world change around them. Scientists have found specimens that were over 500 years old, and they can tell their age by counting the growth rings on their shells, much like counting the rings of a tree. It's incredible to think that while we're busy worrying about deadlines and social media likes, these clams are just chilling, living their best lives in the deep blue sea. Now, while we're on the topic of the ocean, let's talk about another long-living creature, the Greenland shark. These sharks are not just your average fish. They can live for over 400 years. Yes, you heard that right. They grow at an incredibly slow rate, and researchers believe that some individuals might even be older than the United States itself. Imagine swimming through icy waters for centuries, witnessing the evolution of the ocean, the rise and fall of civilizations above the surface. It's mind-boggling. These sharks are like living time capsules, carrying the history of our planet within them. But wait, there's more. Have you ever heard of the immortal jellyfish? Technically known as Tortoise dornii, this jellyfish has a remarkable ability to revert back to its juvenile form after reaching maturity. It's like hitting the reset button on life. When faced with stress or injury, it can transform its cells and start all over again. While it doesn't live forever in the traditional sense, it's a fascinating example of biological immortality. It's almost as if nature has gifted it a cheat code, allowing it to escape the clutches of time. Imagine being able to do that. How many of us would love a second chance, a do-over when life gets tough? Now, let's shift gears and talk about a more terrestrial creature, the bowhead whale. These magnificent beings can live for over 200 years. Bowhead whales are known for their thick blubber and massive heads, which help them navigate through icy Arctic waters. They're like the gentle giants of the sea, and their longevity is attributed to their slow metabolism and the cold environment they inhabit. Just think about it. These whales have been swimming in the oceans while historical events like the signing of the Declaration of Independence or the invention of the telephone unfolded. They've seen it all, and yet they continue to thrive in their natural habitat. Speaking of thriving, let's not forget about the red sea urchin. These spiky little creatures can live for over 200 years as well. They're often found clinging to rocks along the Pacific coast, and their longevity is attributed to their slow growth and low predation rates. It's a reminder that sometimes the simplest lives can lead to the longest existences. They might not be the most glamorous of animals, but they've got a secret to longevity that we could all learn from: patience. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the ocean's oldest living coral. The Great Barrier Reef is home to some coral colonies that are estimated to be over 4,000 years old. Yes, 4,000. These corals grow very slowly, forming massive structures that provide habitat for countless marine species. They're like the ancient architects of the underwater world, creating vibrant ecosystems that support life. It's a beautiful reminder of the interconnectedness of life on Earth. These corals have withstood the test of time, facing climate changes, natural disasters, and human impacts. Yet, they continue to thrive, adapting and evolving in the face of adversity. And let's not forget about the famous tortoises, particularly the Galapagos tortoise. These gentle giants can live for over 100 years, with some individuals reaching ages of 187 years or more. They're often seen as symbols of wisdom and longevity, slowly plodding along and taking their time. Their secret? a slow metabolism, and a diet that's rich in fiber. It's a lesson in moderation and balance, qualities we often overlook in our fast-paced lives. So what can we learn from these long-lived animals? Firstly, it's clear that longevity isn't just about genetics. It's also about lifestyle, environment, and a bit of luck. These creatures have adapted to their surroundings in ways that allow them to thrive for centuries. It's a reminder for us to take care of our own health and environment, to slow down and appreciate the little things in life. Maybe we should all take a page from the book of the ocean quahog or the bowhead whale, finding contentment in the present moment rather than racing toward the next milestone. In a world that often prioritizes speed and efficiency, let's not forget the value of patience, resilience, and adaptability. After all, it's the slow and steady that often win the race, not just in life, but in the grand tapestry of nature. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle, take a moment to think about those incredible creatures living their long, slow lives. They might just inspire you to embrace the journey and savor each moment, no matter how fleeting it may seem. After all, in the grand scheme of things, it's not just about how long we live, but how well we live.